jump on a cold fire.
Yeah, bro.
There's nothing that's
Hey.
impact. Nothing,
bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Poetic Jam Podcast with the Poetic Jam Network. We're here with two very special guests. Let's introduce ourselves, man. Let's get it.
I'll do it myself. What do I do? I'm Omar.
Yes.
Omar Polanco from DR. I get to meet these two wonderful guys right here. So that's what I got.
Well, and my name is Andres Urrego, known as the sexiest guy on earth. No, very humble, respectful. It's gonna be an interesting topic today. These two amazing, smart, and knowledgeable men, and I'm looking forward to it. See where things lead us.
Man, here we go.
Yeah, man. How you guys doing though?
Good.
First off, how you guys doing?
Blessed.
How's the weekend?
Blessed.
How's the week?
It's a great weekend.
Wonderful.
Great weekend.
What keeps both of you guys motivated to keep going through the week and the weekend, so on and so forth? What's the motivation
What a question
behind
to start.
getting up? Yeah.
What a question to say. I don't want to jump into it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
ready.
let's get in there. Yeah.
What keeps me motivated?
Yeah, for
What
sure.
keeps me going through
Through it all.
every day?
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna tell you in the present of what's going on through my mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like, at least me, I can talk for Andre.
Yeah.
I feel there's a lot in me. I feel like there's a lot of power in me. I feel like I'm blessed to be where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Even here right now, I'm just blessed, and I feel there's so much I can give to just the world outside of me. And just to answer the question, that's the nucleus of what keeps me awake every day. I feel like there's so much I can accomplish, and not just financials. I'm talking about emotionally, internally, on what I can unleash from who I am.
What about you, man? You shake your head like
Shit, what keeps me motivated in the morning, bro? There's a foot up plate and a cup of water, so we all need that, bro. No. What keeps me motivated throughout the week is I mean, it's a lot, bro. Is the early sunshine where you have to go and you gotta literally just move through whatever obstacle it is, and you have to push it, knowing that you have the opportunity, especially if you come from another country, like all three of us, to be honest. You got to take the opportunity that a lot of people are actually fighting for, especially if you come to this country. You take it granted that this is the country of opportunities. I truly believe that, and you got to take advantage of that completely. So you have to wake up, thank God you're in a position that you are right now, and be grateful for what you have, and be grateful for he giving you the opportunity of having that, and then fighting to get more. And I think that's something very important, that a lot of people just wake up and not really realize that, damn, I'm really here, and I can accomplish so much. And trust me, I cannot be doing that the same thing. I'm Colombian, so I cannot do the same thing what I can do here in Colombia, because there's way too many obstacles. It's too dangerous. Economic wise, it's not the same. And the dollar, of course, is way bigger than what it really seems. So a lot of people don't really take that in consideration. But you have to really take an opportunity and just keep fighting through.
Yeah,
you
go
know,
crazy.
Stop putting excuses. I fucking hate people that put excuses, bro.
Well, what's the worst thing about people that makes excuses though?
What's the worst?
Yeah,
thing?
How do you feel when people making excuses for something they can change? How do you feel when people making excuses about?
So I'm gonna rephrase that question, if I may. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna say, how do I feel when I make excuses?
Okay.
I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, the
that,
people.
right?
Yeah.
Because I have made excuses
Yes,
myself before.
Yes, sir.
The way I feel when I make excuses is, I know I'm not, in here I'm making that excuse just to avoid whatever the F it is, but in here I know there's more. So I don't feel fulfilled, even though I'm getting away from that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being saved for that moment. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel good. I don't feel good about me. I can't make an excuse and then just walk like this and be ready. I don't feel that.
Yeah.
Right. So when I make that excuse, or whatever it is, I don't feel that. So I gotta go back to redeeming myself on on forgetting about that.
Yeah.
Excuse. And I think we can talk about one excuse that I made.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it was a couple of days ago. It was a cold plunge. This guy was jumping into this cold water out of nowhere. Boom, jumps in. I don't even know how many minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know. He's insane. He's a whole different level. I jumped in 40 seconds.
Ooh.
I'm dying.
Mm.
My first thought was my excuse.
To get out.
That's what I was thinking. So my thought was, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Can I get a heart attack right here? It was everything, muscle-wise. I'm getting cramped. Everything that could go through your mind, it was going through mine. And I got out.
Ooh.
I did. And I made an excuse. Not to them, to me.
Yeah.
It's not about them. Yeah. I communicated to them because they were there. But I knew inside of me, I was just giving an excuse.
Yeah, you can never lie to yourself truly, though.
So the way I feel now to relate to that story is, it eats my mind. I can't sleep. And you can probably ask him after that day.
my boy got a whole membership.
Every day.
Yeah.
I got a membership. I told him I can't let these water defeat me.
Yeah, a little
Put an
fear.
excuse,
Yeah.
So I got a membership that I probably didn't want to get, but I got it just because of that challenge, just because of that thing, just because of him getting me to do that. And that's the answer to how do I feel about making excuses.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta get in that water, man, and figure it out as you go.
Sorry.
So it's been, excuse me. So it's been almost like what, a month since we met?
Yeah, somewhere there.
Some
Probably
month and a half,
Yeah,
and
probably. Right?
month and a half, month.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because in the morning, to go back to the cold plunge, it was probably the second time where we were about to go and be like, yo, so Saturdays after pickleball, we play game, and then we go straight to the cold plunge. And then the excuse that he put.
So this is how he feels. I'm gonna find out.
So next thing you know, he goes, was like, yo, you think? Right when we walking in the gym,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, do you think it's good if you play pickleball in the morning and go to the and you go to the cold plunge? You might not twist in the middle of the time.
Don't you think we should do it?
And then today, which is, I know he's fucking around, he's laughing, which is funny, it's a joke. He's like, bro, too much cold plunges.
Are you sure we should go with this cold plunge?
It's like, bro, doing it 3 days in a row, I don't think that's.
There's a lot of benefits in doing cold plunges, though. How do you feel as when you get out? Do you feel different?
In what
Do you,
sense?
do you think your mind is? Are your mind clear? Like,
So the first time I did it right,
Yeah.
I want to say the first time I did it right,
yeah,
which by the way, after
There's a right way?
After not right,
Yeah.
right from what I consider
yeah,
right. We went from doing 40 seconds to me with this guy and somebody else. Her name is Mitchie, which, thank you, doing 5 minutes.
Mm.
That's a whole different change.
Yeah, from 40
That's
seconds to 5
that's
minutes.
40 seconds to 5 minutes.
5 minutes and
And
9
9
seconds.
That's a whole different story. So going from that to that, more than physically, because I thought I was going in for the physical part, for the muscle part. I'm going in for my mind. I'm going in for just to empower myself on things that we can accomplish, on what we can actually do with our minds. So how do I feel when I get out? I feel empowered. I feel like I can do anything else. I mean, going from 40 seconds to 5 minutes to 3
Yes.
minutes that I did today. This guy did 4 minutes and all head in. Like, that's a whole different thing. I feel like getting out of there, jumping out, makes you stand like Superman in the sense of life. Not against anybody else, but against you. With your life.
you yourself, you
Yeah.
versus you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to fight that. I don't want to say that inner bitch, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
got to fight it, and you got to win. And it's not a fight that's gonna stop. Like, it's gonna continue.
It's always gonna
There's always gonna be doubt,
Yeah.
and then it's all how you react to doubt. That's
Like
gonna make it
even
happen.
what Andrea said,
Yeah.
today we were joking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's right to go?
Yeah.
Now we're joking,
Yeah.
but now we know.
Yeah.
Regardless, we're going in.
We're fine. Let's talk whatever you
Yeah.
want to talk. We're going.
Regardless, he's going. And I think that's the next obstacle that you should encounter is hidden because today the experience was totally different.
I wanted to ask you.
So the experience was totally different. So for the first time I go in, the first time was I did like 40 seconds and then I got out for the same reasoning. He was just not used to the second time, and then I did the third time with you,
Okay.
which the lady almost all pushed me through it by
Thank you, right?
faking by faking the time, which it helped a lot. If not, then I would have done 2 minutes. And then from there I was like, okay, I can do 4 minutes, then let me just go from there. But now putting your head in, it changed the game.
How long you think you were under the water?
So at the beginning I put my head and then I got out.
Yeah.
And then
I mean after that.
And then after I did 15 seconds, I think.
This is when I get crazy. People don't know what they're actually doing. He was there for 40 seconds, almost 38 seconds under the water.
With whole head?
With whole head.
Who?
I'm not lying. You can ask her.
Who?
It was somewhere between 38 to 35 seconds. Whole head under the water.
And before the
and
thing.
he's saying 15 seconds.
Mm.
He doesn't know what he was doing.
Bro, but yeah,
That was insane.
it's totally is when I got out, I started actually streaming for the first time. But like you saw me, I couldn't barely I could not speak whatsoever.
Yeah.
But and then I told you the day before, I'm like, I need an obstacle bigger than now the cold plunge and now this. But put it in your head, and then it's definitely one of the things you should look forward to. Yeah,
Next.
for sure.
Next one.
What's like? I don't want to jump topic.
You,
Yeah.
What happened?
That's true.
I've never. Personally, I don't go to the same gym as you guys. The gym I go to is like more like a bodybuilding gym.
Okay.
So you just go there, work out, and come out. I was joking about it. I'm like, bro, the money you spend in that gym is a lot. But I went there, I visited it, and then it's not. I don't really like the gym, but I like the cold plunge, the sauna, the recovery. Yeah, but I'm probably next couple months I'll probably join you guys in the gym.
Now, what's your thought about people that make excuses?
I think you're doing yourself a disservice when you don't want to go through that pain. Because once you go through it, now you know. Like there's always gonna be obstacles, which you have to overcome. It makes you stronger, bro. Like it really do make you stronger. So the people that makes excuses to not go through that, then it just become weaker and weaker. Make even more excuses. Don't take chances. Don't open that business. There's a lot of shit that comes with like making excuses that later on down the line, times go fast. So later on down the line, 20, 30 years, you're going to be like, damn, I wish I could have, I should have, could have, would have.
Yeah. You did it.
Did.
Yeah, I agree.
You did. But I was like, what was the best piece of advice you received in your career? I don't know if you want to say what you do.
Yeah. I do real estate.
All right. What was the biggest obstacle you faced starting or getting into real estate? Yeah.
The biggest obstacle that I faced through my career.
Yeah.
I'll say the biggest in a good way.
All right.
I started the business
Yeah.
about 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
11 years, somewhere there, with somebody. It was a partner. Just long story short, it didn't go the way we planned it. He was stealing money from the company, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get into details.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that was the best thing that happened to me. It was, from what I thought it was a lot of money at that moment. But what that did was push me to learn, and I'm blessed and glad that I was strategic. I wasn't crazy about it. So when it happened and I saw the numbers that were gone, I created a plan. It's gonna sound fucked up.
No.
But I created a plan right next to my enemy, right? Where there's things that person didn't know how to do that I didn't know how to do about the business. So my plan was, all right, now I need to get closer to him, learn what he's doing, so I can now do the whole thing by myself, right?
Wow.
It was rough. It was insane. Because it's being right next to somebody that you know is
stabbing you in the back.
And by the way, that time frame where I'm learning what he's doing, still happening.
Mm.
I now I know I'm aware of the money that's going.
Yeah.
Right? So
So you played it.
Like,
You had to play it smart.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was. I don't know if I even answered your question. If
Yeah,
it was
no,
the bit,
no, yeah.
it was that was the moment that pushed me through to say, you know what, I got it by myself. There was a couple employees at that moment. It was 2. It was a small company, and I told them, bro, so you guys know that day I'm jumping out, and I'm gonna do it by myself. And
Wait, what was his reaction though?
Oh no! When I talked to him, it was a different conversation. I'm talking
to the people.
Guys,
right.
So to him was, I know what's going on, and I had a whole like.
You confronted him, yes.
The student bag type of thing. This is what's happening. Blah blah blah. blah 1, 2, 3. 1,000 here, 2,000, 10,000. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he was in shock. He wasn't. He didn't know it was. He didn't know I knew. So that moment, it wasn't that I was giving him a choice either.
Yeah, there was no
It wasn't,
choice.
bro. What do you think?
Yeah.
It was. This
Yeah.
is what's going on.
Yeah.
Just so you know. I'm
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I'm gonna tell the guys I'm out, and it was crazy enough. The guys were having problems with him too. So the guys were like, "Yo, I'm going with you.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up." So since that,
Sometimes it's better to find the mole early on than to like further down the line, and then you're like, what the fuck?
and just confront whatever monster or whatever thing are happening to you and anybody. Right before the monsters get bigger.
Yeah.
If it gets bigger, it's a whole different story.
Yeah, man, you gotta cut the snake head off.
Yeah.
Off the bat, as soon as you see it, cut it off.
Yeah.
What I have a question for you, Omar. What do you think? What's the biggest obstacle for you when starting a business with a partner, or what do you think is something with a partner that it has to do?
Mentality.
Mentality.
I mean, people have to be in sync, at least on their mind, because we're all raised different. You were raised wherever you were raised. You were raised wherever you were raised, and I was raised where I was raised, and we all come from that, right? Or at least that's what I believe. Your habits, your rituals are based out of those beliefs and those things that you went through, which are almost probably assuming and certain that it's totally different than yours, right? And you're gonna react to things differently, right? Doesn't mean we can be in sync, but if we're not,
It's gonna be a problem.
then it's you're gonna have problems, right? If your values, your things are not there together with your partner, because when the problem is not when things are going good, the real problem is when things are not going good, when things are going wrong. That's when you actually know who's right next to you, and you know how that person handled that, and just to put that in another context. The way you play sport and I play sport, I don't know if you play sport, it's the same way that you're going to play life. Like, I've seen you play sports. And just the way you deal with your things in sports, I see the way you probably deal with life, right? So you can get to know who's who.
Playing sports.
Things, right?
Yep.
So that's the answer to that. For sure, being there in sync with somebody that can.
And again, like I feel like,
you, bro?
I mean, we've been partners in business. I mean,
What was the biggest obstacle for you?
the biggest obstacle.
Not knowing what you know right now.
To be honest, there was no obstacle because if your partner, like you were saying, have this kind of the same mindset, that never give up attitude, that want to win, that have honor, that have morals, that have discipline, then I think if you both have that, then that shouldn't be a problem though. It's a problem where like when jealousy come in, when people are looking at what you got, and then it's like, oh, how you have that? I'm with him every day. Like, what's the certain? It doesn't have to be like money though. Certain way you act, certain people might see it and feel like, oh, I think he's like sick. It's like a sickness certain people have, bro. You might be great to them, but at a certain point they start to hate for no reason.
Drains your energy, bro. Those type of people drain your energy.
Yeah, energy vampire. That's what I call them, though. I call them energy vampires, and it doesn't necessarily go for men. It's for women too, man. Like, I don't know if you want to humans, yeah. Energy vampires, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that also doesn't go to, I think, business related. I think that goes to anything, to be honest, even sports, marriage, friendship. where you not much friendship, but when you have to correlate with somebody at the same time, at the same level, at the same category, I think is
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah. It is.
So I asked you guys 2 questions. Well, one question I asked you at the gym, and then I asked you yesterday night.
Yeah.
And then I know the answer already for both of you. But I think I want to go more into details of what's something that you guys do not negotiate when it comes to in life.
I love that question. That day it caught me off guard. And I didn't have an answer at that moment, to be honest. I didn't. And I don't know if he remembers, but I paused for a second, and I asked myself, what's the answer? Like, I don't have an answer. Like, do I just say I don't know and that's it? Like, but I've been to a transformation in myself for the past years, more strongly this year. And one of the things that I told you was that I'm not willing to negotiate myself anymore. I'm not willing to do it. I'm not willing to negotiate who I am. I'm not willing to negotiate. And when I mean negotiate who I am, is me not being me. Because whatever way you are, or he is, or she is, like, I'm not willing to do that. And I did it for almost my whole life, where I would just try to fit in, just to make sure that I get accepted. I don't need that. That's my non-negotiable thing right there for sure. That is not gonna happen. What about? I know yours too.
Go ahead.
Me?
How do you go first?
It's-
I loved that, because I think that's something that a lot of people have. The fitting in,
The need to be
the
accepted.
need to be accepted is or the need to get attention from not being who you are. So you want to get attention by being somebody else, not truly yourself.
And it's interesting because it's what it's called self-sabotage. You're before, I mean, you don't even realize it that you're sabotaging who you are, and you're not letting yourself be who you are just because you want to be loved. At the end of the day, like, if we go to all the way back to why people do that, or why I think people do that, is the fear of not being loved, right? Which is probably the biggest fear in life, I would say,
yeah.
right? And that fear, if you let it will control you easily. So understanding that is massive, at least for me.
No, back to me.
Back to you.
No, I'll say the same question is like the same question you asked me. The same. I got the same answer from yesterday. It's peace and loyalty, like
Loyalty.
or this.
No,
I don't
said-
accept.
Yeah, you said it's
Yeah. It's like it's on the same base though, but like dishonest people. I cannot. I won't do it. I can't negotiate that, man. I like honest people. Like, it doesn't matter good, bad, or whatever. You want somebody to be honest with you and be like, if you're in a relationship, you want somebody to be your peace. But like, if you have a partner, business partner, you want people to be honest, man. Like, you want people to be real. If you're not real, you're dishonest, you doing too much. Like, I can't be around people like that. That's
How about you?
I got it. Well, is you said something yesterday which it was really tough, which was really nice. It was dishonest, but within yourself, to be honest. So like saying something you do not believe is crazy. So saying something, going back to not being yourself, is
basically that was what I was getting to.
Saying something you don't truly believe just because it's trending, or you're trying to fit in, or you're not dishonest. You're dishonest with yourself at that point where like, I'm really saying that and I'm not believing it. And it goes back to the restaurant business, or any business, to be honest, when it comes to hospitality, where you go and the guy, your server, whoever it is, or the hostess, is looking at you, and then he's making this little weird sound, or somebody looking at you, when you pass by the mall, and then you look at him, you do this, and then as soon as you look away, you stop.
Yeah.
I stopped that. I stopped that. Bro, if y'all truly do not find this shit funny or hilarious, I'm not laughing.
I'm not gonna fake kick it.
But it's true, because I have done it a lot of times. You're right.
And then
you go to it.
Yeah.
One, that's the little thing, and it gets bigger, of course, but it's something that if I really don't like seeing you or not seeing you, if I truly not get a smile out of me by seeing you, I'm not really gonna look at you and really smile, unless, or if you tell a joke and it's not really funny.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna laugh, to be honest.
You be true to yourself.
Yes, because then I'll be lying to myself by believing that seeing you is also.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my non-negotiable thing is peace and comfort.
What you mean comfort?
So comfort in a way where if I'm not comfortable in a place or in a setting, I would either dismiss myself from it or do something about it, because I'm not really negotiating. Like if it's in a group of people that I really don't feel comfortable in, I'm dismissing myself by not being with them, or I told you I can have a little bit room of it. Like if I'm in a room and I'm sleeping in the floor, I'm okay with that. That's if that's the only option I have. But if you have a bed that is more comfortable, then of course I'm gonna sleep on the bed. But it's more mental, where if I'm in a group of people, then I'm out.
Good.
He said good.
Good.
I don't know if you guys. There was a couple. No, you had some topics.
It was.
You had a couple things that
I'll let you go first, so I can get back to my notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, emotions.
Oof. Here we go.
I think that's that's probably the hardest topic, especially. I want to see where your mind is at.
Yeah.
I know where your mind is at.
Yeah.
When it comes to emotions, and I'm saying any type of emotions, mentally, physically, anything that has to do with emotions.
That's a dope topic though. I'll let you go first, and then I'll just.
I mean, it's not a question, so I'm just gonna go off.
Yeah, go. Yeah, for sure, Yeah.
Go off.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
So emotions. The first question that popped up was, what really makes people feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what makes you feel happy? What makes you feel sad? Like, is it the weather? Like, because it's raining, you feel better, or is it because it's sunny? Is it politics? Is it finances? I mean, don't get me wrong. Finances can mess with my head easily, right? If I'm not good financially, my emotions are probably gonna be shocked, right? And I'm being truthful to what I'm saying, just because of I'm telling you what the reality is, to the opposite of what I believe it should be, right?
Yeah.
The answer to all of those questions is should be no.
Mm-hmm.
Should be finances don't do it, politics don't do it, weather doesn't do it, my wife doesn't do it, my friendships don't do it, right? But the reality to that is we do get kicked by those, right? So how do I deal with that? If I'm asking my own questions, I guess. Yeah. So I started going through a process, like I told you guys at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of belief in me at this point, all right? A lot of things that I can believe on, and what I mean with that is I think I'm living in a world right now where what is me with something else, something bigger than me.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm not worried about what other people think anymore, right? I'm not worried about. Doesn't mean I'm not worried about. It means I believe I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't mean my emotions are not. It doesn't mean I don't think about them.
Mm-hmm.
It means I truly believe we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine, and I say we is because I try to talk to myself, my little inner me. So I just truly believe that. I just truly believe I got the power, and with humble, I'm saying it from a humble
you have
perspective.
sometimes you gotta pump your chest out, man, and say, I got the power to. For sure. Yeah.
If that's a way that I can say answer part of that question, I guess.
Yeah. That from a male perspective, I think it sound macho to say, oh, nothing can really affect me emotionally, like, you know what I mean, which is wrong, because no matter how big and tough or bad you think you are, bro, like, there's always something out there that can affect you. You know what I mean? And the thing is, how do you react to that thing? Are you gonna? Because a lot of guys like find a girl cheating and like they go crazy, shoot the dude, and then went to jail, go to prison for the rest of their life, right? And some other guys find a girl cheating, all right, kick her out, don't hurt nobody. Two different emotions, right?
Can I add up to that?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel it also goes back to the way we communicate. And I mean, communicate is not us to somebody else, us within us, right? Because what I truly believe is that, I don't even know how to explain this, but I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like nothing in life has any meaning. What I mean meaning is anything that happens, let's say that scenario, girl, guy, found it cheating, whatever the case it is. The only meaning that has is whatever meaning I put it. It's whatever definition to that I give.
Yeah.
It's either, because I can take that scenario and say, oh, my life is over, I'm done, everything is going to just be fucked.
Yeah, and that's what some guys do.
Or I can go to the same scenario and see it as a,
she saw her true colors.
There's something behind this that you're trying to show me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I'm going to fucking find out.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of how do we communicate to ourselves. I think emotions goes related to the way we communicate to ourselves 100%.
You shaking your head like
emotions.
What's it?
I guess it's a big aspect when it comes to emotions. For everybody, not for only males. Especially when it comes to females, emotion is a big part of how they react day to day. But from a male perspective, or to be honest, from a perspective that I think of is, I think the healthier your mind is, the better you deal with emotions. And if your mind is in the right state, and if your mind is in the right place, you deal with that any type of emotion, sad, happy, irritated, calm, tired. If your mind is really not in the right place, healthy enough, the better you deal with emotions. And emotions is something huge. It's huge. It's vital to humans, and it's. No, go ahead.
No, my bad. I feel like I was cutting you off. Go ahead.
No. So when it comes to emotions, it's a day-to-day thing, and if you do not know how to control your own emotions, that is
you fucked, bro.
That is
Let's
very
go more in
dangerous.
deep into what you just said. Let's define a healthy mind. What was a healthy mind? What's the right state for somebody to live in? How do we define that?
I think is positivity at that case. In any case of scenario that you're in, if you always look at the positive version of any scenario you're in, I think that's a healthy mind. And saying I'd crash my car, fine, it already happened. How can I solve this? What's gonna be the steps to solve this? And let's do something about it. And it goes back to not making excuses of fuck, I crashed my car. Fuck.
Yeah, my life is over.
And you stay in that cycle.
It's what you communicate to yourself of what's happening.
Yeah, so I think the healthy mind is, depending on that scenario, whatever scenario is, especially when things are going bad, it's better if you have a healthy mind, you will find a solution, and you will find and your emotions will not really dictate that solution, but yourself and the healthy mind that you're at. And that's
a healthy mind that you at. That sounds interesting.
Nah, facts. I mean, listen, a lot of people are sick. They don't know they're sick. You know what I mean? And when they get put to the test, that's where you know, like, oh, damn, I'm really sick. But some people don't have the chance to find that out. Sometimes their life might be over before
I'll ask you a crazy question.
Yeah.
And let's go back to that.
Yeah.
What's your purpose with this channel? What are you trying to do? You trying to teach? You trying to talk? You trying to lead? You trying to teach people what we're talking about?
To be honest, like it depends on guest to guest. So sometimes I have like up and coming rappers and like we can talk about. I talk about positive. I try to stay as positive as I can.
So what's the purpose of this podcast today? What's your purpose?
To teach people. Maybe you
can.
Yeah, to teach. You can teach people, give them some motivation.
So let's go more
to keep
deep,
going.
Let's go more in deep in what he's saying.
All right.
So how do we accomplish that? How do we accomplish having a healthy mind? If we want to teach, how do we accomplish it? Because it's not just, bro, you gotta have a healthy mind.
Yeah. How do you?
Who's watching behind?
Yeah. How do you?
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. How do you think?
I gotta do that. How do I do that?
Yeah. How do you think you do that?
We'll find out. That's the reason
I think
I'm
it's
asking.
now. I think
for me, it goes through communication with yourself. Now the question again, how do you communicate with yourself? What does that really mean? For me, I think the whole thinking process is shaped by questions. What do you ask yourself on a daily basis? And when I mean ask yourself or tell yourself is, because just thinking is the process of asking and answering question by yourself, right? That's the definition of thinking. So what habitual questions we're having with us on our subconscious mind without us even knowing it. And this is what I mean. It means, let's say somebody's fat.
Yeah.
They want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the whole world knows what they need to do to not be fat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
True.
You start fucking running or do something.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Dieting.
Now they don't. People don't. Why? Because emotions. Because of that communication within yourself. What are you telling yourself when you see yourself in the mirror? What are you asking when you say, "Oh, I want to go to the gym," or what is that thinking process like? Is it why am I fat? I mean, if I ask you, let's say that you're fat.
Yeah. The
first answer that your mind is gonna have, why am I fat, is because you're a fucking pig.
Yeah. You eat too fucking much.
That's the right there answer to those questions, right? And a lot of us ask those questions to ourselves, but without even knowing it. We just get the answers, but we don't know there's a question behind it, right? So the thing to teach, because that's your purpose now, is how do we shape those questions? How do we change those questions? So how do we go from why am I fat to how can I get stronger? Now you go through a whole different path now. Before it was why am I so fat? Is because you're a fucking pig.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only answer you're gonna get. Now the other way is how can I get stronger, or how can I get
Fitter.
Right?
Yeah.
Now your mind goes through a whole different loop of, oh, maybe you can go to the gym. Oh, I don't like the gym. It's boring. Some people don't like it. All right, so
change how you eat.
Ask another question.
Yeah.
How can I be fit and have fun? Go play pickleball. So you start going through a whole loop of different questions, right? Until you find a final answer.
True.
That's what I believe.
No, for sure. You have.
I'm saying
everything started as a question. How did we get here? And then people keep asking until we discovered what we're really looking for, you know? But I would like to say this though, right? A lot of people give up on themselves before they ask the questions though.
Ooh, build into that. I want to hear more.
Because it's like
that's tough.
I want to hear more.
Damn.
I want to hear more.
Because it's like they get so used to like being what they are, especially if you have the outside fake build, like not even conversation,
And
like,
artificial.
superficial, like shit, like that. It's like they've been so in their bubble that it doesn't matter what you say. They already have this. That's who they are now. It's like far right or like far left people. It doesn't matter what you say. Certain people will always vote Democrat. Certain people will always vote Republican. Because that's their identity.
They define themselves.
Yeah, they define themselves as that. Yeah, so he doesn't.
The strongest force you can ever see in somebody's life.
Yeah.
How you define yourself.
Yeah. So their perspective is not really gonna change. And it takes a strong mind to see where they fall short and trying to change it. Because a lot of people they're not really trying to do. Because there's a lot of information that's online that show you how to lose the weight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dieting that
everybody knows how
everybody knows how to do it. Everybody knows how to do it. But it's like,
but they don't.
They don't.
They don't take action.
They're stuck. It's like they're right there. You know what I mean?
So why? Let's go more in deep. Why people don't take action?
Things comfort zone. I think you don't want to get out of that comfort zone.
Why you don't want to be? Why wouldn't somebody that is? Let's go back to fat, right? Why wouldn't somebody that knows that being fit will probably make them feel better? They know it's better than being extremely fat. Why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they try to get out of the comfort zone? I don't know. I don't have an answer. I'm trying to find out.
I think when it comes back to that healthy mindset, is if you take action now.
I think I have. Maybe it's because they're afraid of failure. Maybe it's like, all right, what if I do this, and then I go back to the same.
What happened? Why are they afraid of failing?
It's not accepted by society.
Because they're gonna lose
love.
They're gonna lose something that they feel they're not gonna have.
That's true, my bad. Now that's a valid point though. Why are they afraid of failure?
People are just more afraid of being left behind because they change. Somebody don't like them anymore because they change. And we're talking about physical now. There's a lot of other changes, emotional, mentally. All of those changes are gonna get you away from a lot of people.
Yeah.
That if we let that happen, then we're always gonna be afraid of change.
I think it goes back to like history and stuff, because we were more like hunter gatherers and stuff. So we was always on the pack. So the pack really had influence on the way we think.
Yep.
So now it's yeah. So now, like, to be honest, bro, nobody want to be alone, bro. Nobody want to be. We social creatures, you know.
Yeah, we are.
So we want to be accepted, and sometimes certain social construct is like, now it's okay to be fat. Probably 10, 20, 30 years ago, if you was fat, somebody would have looked at you like, hey, get your fat ass and get, you know what I mean? We would encourage you being skinny. Now, since you're fat, people accept it. It don't take a lot of work to be fat. All you got to do is eat. And people's not really telling you to, like, outside of your close friend, they're not really like, there's no social standard to like, hey, everybody got to be outside of China and stuff. And I'm talking about in the United States. Fat, you got fat models now, plus size model walking around.
They're trying to make it like that's right.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that if socially it was frowned upon to be a certain size, you don't got to be like skinny, but certain things are going overboard. You know what I mean? You 300, 400, 500 pounds. For what? You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah, and a lot of people eat to mask how they feel.
Yeah.
So that's another.
Having a healthy mind.
Yeah, a lot of people eat to mask how they feel, how they really feel.
Yeah.
And a lot of food too have like chemicals that makes you want to eat it more.
Sugar.
Yeah, sugar. A lot of people are addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
I'm not addicted to sugar, but
addicted to sugar, bro?
I'm not addicted to sugar. You know what I mean? A lot of people are addicted to sugar.
I'm messing around.
Not technically addicted, but you drink juice, you drink Coke, I don't know, every day. And that's how the system, man. I think that's how the system, you know, is intended to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to go deeper in that. The system,
yeah.
How do you
What was one of your topics that you wanted?
Yeah.
So emotions is
I'm gonna tell you what my main topic was.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask it. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. All right. The question was, what makes someone successful, or someone's quality of life succeed, or what makes somebody be successful? What is it? Their resources? Is it their culture? Is it their life experience. What makes somebody successful? I'm just gonna keep the question right there. I mean,
I'll say it's a little bit of all those things you just said, plus their environment. I feel like their environment have a big.
So I'm gonna go into a deeper question.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that, is
Yeah.
why can somebody that has no resources, I'm talking about financially,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally, economically, family-wise,
Mm-hmm.
become? You probably have pictures of people like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere behind, right? People that came from nowhere,
Yeah.
built an empire,
Mm.
right? And people that came from having a great family, a loving family, money, everything was great, became drug addicts.
Mm.
Is it really their environment?
Choices. That's what you're saying. And I think certain people have the oomph. I don't know what's the thing called, like the
inner fire in them?
inner fire.
Yep.
Yes, I think those people are the people that really like. It doesn't matter where you put me, bro. I'm gonna get to it. I feel like those are the people that I feel like it's the mentality too, though.
What do you think?
I think it's also it has to do a lot with the social circle. 'Cause like that quote said, if you hang out with the 5 people the most, you're gonna become the 6th person in that one group.
Yep.
If you hang out with 6 millionaires, sooner or later you're gonna be the 7th. Same goes to vice versa. If you're very successful and you're hanging out with the wrong people, they're gonna drain you down sooner or later, and then make you make bad choices. But becoming successful, what makes somebody become successful is it's probably most. I'm probably speaking for myself. It's experiences, especially if you lived in that world where you see that comfort of eating 3 meals a day, or sleeping 8 hours a night, compared to not eating those 3 meals a day and not sleeping those 8 hours. Then you compare and contrast, and you put the pros and cons, and of course you're gonna pick the comfort of, okay, I got the money to eat the 3 meals and sleep the 8 hours. Let me work for that. Let me try to be more successful than what I am right now, so I can get more than 3 meals a day and sleep while I get money in my bank account, so I don't have to depend on a 9 to 5. Or
That's true. However, the reality is not everybody does it, right? And I don't feel like everybody that goes from 1 meal to 3 decides to be successful. At least that's what I say, right? There's certain people that do, because of what you're saying, because of the way they communicated that, bro, going from 1 meal to 3, that's what I want.
And I'm not talking about food.
And it could be.
So it's
So I really think it's the way we communicate it. We go back to everything we have talked about. I think we have talked. The answer to that, we have talked about it already. The way we communicate everything that happens in our life. Because you can go from having 1 meal to 3 meals and say, oh, now I have 3 meals, I'm good. Right? I'm cool. Or going from 1 meal, being at 1 meal and feeling that God is punishing you, right? Or maybe looking at it as maybe he's challenging me. It's a whole different story. Same scenario.
Mentality.
I really think. I think that healthy mentality goes a lot deep into the whole
mindset.
The whole podcast right now. So
you have a healthy mentality. You definitely going far. No matter in what situation you are, you can have one arm and one leg. With that healthy mentality,
I've seen
ain't nothing stopping you from accomplishing what you really want.
Yeah, I've seen like videos on Instagram where dude got like you don't gotta even have a leg, but he's holding the what's the thing called?
The bench?
Not the bench
bar?
But and then he working. Some guys like down the street, he breathing, arms work fine.
6'1", asking for bread.
Sick. Sick, bro.
It's the mindset.
The mindset.
Yeah, it's the
Mine
mindset.
is- Mine's
You say you're from the DR, right?
DR, yeah.
How you was born there?
Born and raised.
Wait, born and raised. Oh shit! How was it? How was it down there? And how was it growing up?
How was
down
my
there?
experience, or how
Yeah.
was the country itself?
How was your experience growing up down there?
Interesting. It was interesting. I got to be around great people. To be honest. I can't complain at all.
You've been back there since?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't complain at all about not having food, not having a roof. Like I can't even, not even close to that. Okay. Totally the opposite. If you want me to be honest, I just don't want to get into all the details, but
Yeah.
totally the opposite. I was blessed to be raised and I was blessed to be born by.
You-
Go ahead.
You think that that affected your mindset?
Affect-
Born from there and then coming up here, did it like make you want to go harder, or just it didn't really-
Affected my mindset in a sense of going harder. What do you mean?
Yeah, in the sense of like
striving more for success,
Yeah.
knowing that they probably
there's-
going that third world, living that third world country, coming to like a first one.
Well, to be honest, going from a third world country to a first, I mean, it wasn't the change for me because I've always been like going back and forth. Not
Yeah.
going back and forth, but visiting here, right?
Yeah.
I had the blessing to live around,
yeah,
what we could say a wealthy family, right?
yeah,
At that point. So it wasn't a shock. However, even though I was raised by a family that was good
all right, yeah,
financially,
yeah,
my dad definitely taught me the importance of finances.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean him being rich didn't mean that I was rich.
yeah.
Right? It meant you gotta go.
Go get it.
You gotta go get
Yeah,
it. Right?
yeah,
Like, I always tell this story. Like I used to play baseball and I loved it, and we lived really under our means for a reason of his. And I mean my dad, he had a whole plan, right? Where he didn't want to show us he had
Yeah,
money.
bread. Yeah,
He didn't want to show it to us. So I started playing baseball, and I don't know if you know about baseball. You use cleats, with
Yeah.
shoes with things, right? I played for like a year and a half, almost 2, shoes, just slipping and going crazy. Just because I thought we didn't have money to go by, right? Until he was like, "Oh, you look like you like that sport.
Yeah.
You're trying to work for that sport.
Yeah.
You're trying to do something." So he even made me work to get my cleats without the necessity of doing it. To be honest,
Yeah.
so that taught me a lot more than the change from there to here. Nah, I mean, the change from there to here was more of a wingspan. I mean,
Yeah.
it means I was flying by myself.
Yeah.
It was a big change in that sense, where
Yeah.
I never flew by myself.
Yeah.
I was never just by myself. And when I got here, I was 16,
Oh,
somewhere there.
all right. So you,
I got here to play baseball, and that was a change that actually built me. If it answers your question.
yeah. I don't want this to be like controversial, right? I always have this one question in mind, like
Go
when
ahead.
it comes to like
Shoot it.
no
Dominican.
Dominicans, right?
I knew it was gonna.
Dominicans, right? I know you've seen this probably like a lot of videos online saying that. So when people ask like Dominican, like, "Are you black?" and they say, "No, I'm not black.
Say it again.
I'm
Say it again,
Dominican."
I'm sorry.
Because people like if you ask certain Dominicans, they're like, "Are you black?" They're like, "No, I'm not black. I'm Dominican," and they look like kind of like me. So where do you think that comes from, though?
Wow.
Because I know there's a lot of people on the island. There's a lot of different races.
I'll tell you what the first thing that came to my mind.
What?
Where you from?
Haiti.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where that comes from. So
All right.
in
yeah,
DR,
I needed that. Yeah.
were you raised there in DR? And
Yeah, I was right there.
For how long? How many years?
A couple, like
Couple years.
Yeah, a
Alright.
couple years,
So,
yeah.
so do you ever like go to the?
no. I've
Okay.
never done.
So for some reason, well, if we go to history
Yeah,
and how the country was conquered and all
Yeah.
of that, we will get to that answer. But that's not the point. The point is your question.
yeah,
There's a lot of racism against Haiti.
yeah,
Okay, so anybody that comes from Haiti, At least that's what I saw in the art.
Mhm.
People didn't treat them right.
Mm-hmm.
People treat them like they were not worth
Mm-hmm.
treating them right? So the first, when you asked that question, the
Yeah.
first thing that came to my mind
Mm-hmm.
was that. I don't know if that's the answer. I'm telling you what I think.
No. I was more like
It goes to
Yeah.
when you ask somebody from DR, are you black? I believe their mind goes to no, I'm not Haitian. Is what they're trying to say, and that's what I believe. Again, I don't know how the answer, but that's the question that because in DR they see Haitians as
yeah.
not worth.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I'm a honest guy. Like
Just insane, by the way.
I'm an honest guy. Like I don't really,
It's
I don't really. To be honest, I don't think it's crazy because you have your own country, build your own country. I'm not saying it as a like, oh, listen, if I go into somebody's house, they don't like me, I'll go back to mine. Simple. So anything that happens towards like in that side, your side, to people that comes into the country illegally, then they should do whatever they want with you, because you're not wanted. You should not be anywhere where you're not wanted. So, but I was more like talking about the mindset, but you answer that. Like the mindset is like, I thought it was more than just that though. I thought it was more like colonial, like darker skinned people being frowned upon. I thought it was more of that. When people say, "Hey man, I'm no black, I'm Dominican." Yeah. I never like really understood it. Yeah, that's what I'm like, bro, come on.
Like, hey, bro, what
I
are you
really,
talking about?
yeah, right.
You consider yourself black?
And I could tell, but he's not though, bro. Dude got some Indian.
No way, boss.
No, honestly. Look, I was trying to let her go with that though.
Yo, boss was crazy.
No. You know what? I didn't ask him. You know. No, real shit. Look. You know why they asked him that? Because I can tell, like he's some
not
Indian.
black. He's Dominican.
I
and
look
some-
from the Middle East.
yeah.
Everybody thinks I'm Middle East.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't really ask. I was talking more about like guys that look just like me.
Yeah,
and,
we have a lot of them.
yeah. We have a lot of different types of people, bro.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And
No,
you probably answer that. So, Dominicans go to Haiti, and Dominicans do not treat Haitians right.
Yeah.
When Dominicans go to Haiti,
It's a different.
oh,
Listen, bro. To be honest, I think it's different, bro. Cause how can I say this? If Dominican goes to Haiti, the country's already in shambles. There's not really structures to make it where Dominican can be frowned upon. Like it's not, but if you go to perfect example. If you have money, you go to Haiti, then you just have money. You can be in different places. You can be in like the hotels. But if a Haitian that don't have money go to Dominican Republic, they're gonna point you out like a sore thumb because you're gonna be around like certain areas where people know you that type.
so we're saying financial has to do with all of this,
Yeah, I think financial. I'm talking about when Dominican come over.
right? But you're saying based on their financials.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of Haitians that are financially well. They go to Dominican Republic.
And it's all good.
This is always good.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
That's
So it's financial. Like it's financial
but
though.
the poor Haitian, the Dominicans that go to Haiti.
But I don't think they
I
do
don't
though.
think that.
I don't think they do though.
Yeah, I don't
you know what I
think-
mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they don't.
yeah. I see what you're
It's
saying.
not. It's not like a.
It's like Colombians going to Venezuela.
I don't know the dynamic, so I can't really say a lot.
That's
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think it's. I think it's more financial, bro. Like if you got money, you go to different countries, you're gonna be treated right.
That's interesting.
You're gonna be treated right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But if you don't have no money trying to fight, they already have people that's not really well off. Then you gonna fight their people. Cause I always say, yo, back your people. So I don't have no problem with Dominicans doing what they do. Zero problem at all. Go fix your own country, bro. Like, And then once that happened, you can probably just build a better relationship. You unheal, you trying to come over here and ruin my shit. Nah, like that ass, I see it like that. Like, but when it comes to, if you're not wanted, don't go. That's what I say.
Yeah.
That's it. Simple, bro. It's not no hate or back and forth. Like, nah, fix your own shit and then make you sure you're right. And then when you heal, maybe we can work something out. I think that's where your boy's coming from. But other than that,
deal.
What have it? That was funny though.
He always comes up with those things.
Oh shit!
Well,
But
you gotta,
I feel like also colonial. Like there was a thing out a couple days ago where like Fernandez with the racist shit. You know, it's like a soccer. You don't watch soccer.
No.
So it basically was this Argentinian. Their team was doing racist chants against.
Oh, you mean?
French
Well,
national
I
team.
watched the Copa America.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, it was that. But to be honest, bro, racism ain't going nowhere, bro. You just gotta figure it out. I have a whole like, but I'm not gonna go into it. Though. My bad, sorry. I'm not gonna go into it.
to that topic.
Yeah, to the topic is because it's a long topic, and
takes another whole podcast.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It takes a whole other section.
yeah,
for
it took a whole other section
one,
though.
One topic.
Do you think there's a what do you think about like racism though?
What do I think about racism?
Yeah,
I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
If you want me to answer it
yeah,
straight up, I think they shouldn't.
be prevalent.
I understand it in some sense, but I personally don't think it should be happening. What do you think?
That one topic goes through the roof.
Do I understand? Racism. I don't agree with it. It's 2024. Like,
Yep.
but you always gonna have a certain sector of people that are extremists. So it's like white is right and black is a berry to the juice and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're never gonna really change those people's mind. I feel like the younger generation that's coming up, they're probably gonna do a better job with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's a sick man. It's like a sick mentality
Okay.
that the people that held that mentality gonna have to die off for like.
So that's
So yeah, till that shit disappear.
What do you think?
Yeah, just bro, racism is dumb. Yeah, it's just, bro. If you like you said, bro, it's just, especially now. If you racist now, bro, you different. Yeah, if you racist now, like, bro, bro.
Why? For what?
Yeah, I get the racism. It's not really racism part of rich and poor. I get that, but I don't really get the part where
It's becoming.
where ethnicity, color, is really gonna define if. Nah,
But it does, though. And it's
I
becoming.
mean, it does define.
It's
who
becoming
you-
more like that though. Like instead of like color and ethnicity, it's gonna becoming like rich and poor.
rich
I
and
think that's
poor.
what it's gonna become more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole different podcast. You're right.
Yeah, it's gonna be
What
more
What you
like
just
rich
said
and poor.
was deep.
Cause like
Yeah, it's just
couple
nah,
rich,
bro,
you get a
it's
couple rich people in the room. They probably gonna be like, oh, how much money you got? This.
Yeah.
Before they like
before they look at
Yeah.
you wearing what
they
color
get
you
into
are.
business together.
We gotta,
You know what I mean?
we gotta save this podcast, bro, for to watch it in 2030. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Cause you can already see it.
Yeah,
Like billionaire in Nigeria going to the Middle East and they getting business together.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna be like that.
it's gonna
It's the rich.
That's the new racism.
Yeah, that's
Rich and poor is the new racism.
Wow.
But
Okay, how do you how would you like to be remembered?
Ooh.
Yeah, how would you like to be remembered?
by being Dominican and not black.
Making sure everybody knows the answer.
And not Middle Eastern for sure.
Bro, I feel that's a question that I want to meditate on. Honestly, I'm gonna answer it really vague right now, but I'm gonna write it down because I want to answer that question on a way deeper level. How do I want?
How would you want to? Yeah. How would you want to be remembered?
I think I'm. My short answer to that will be enlightening. Somebody that can empower. Somebody that has light. Like I don't. Again, I'm gonna meditate on this question, and I'm gonna bring it up again because I think this is a great question that I haven't really.
Nah, I understand.
Through. Huh.
Do you wanna answer it?
The way I want to be remembered, if God forbid, just say now happens. Probably just one word, positivity, but in a way where, positivity, positive, just positive, just.
How about you?
Me, like I'll say, to be honest, like real deal. I'll say I would want to be remembered as a guy that means what he says, do what he means, and mean what he says, and be a good-hearted people, and then do right by people, even if you don't know them. Just do right. Okay. Yeah, a righteous man.
A righteous man.
A righteous man. You know what I mean? A righteous man.
That's a great question.
Bro. A God-fearing man, if you can say that.
Omar, I have a question for you, bro.
Shoot it. Are you Dominican or are you
for the past month, I think my number one word that I really got into details without having before actually know what it means. I mean, I knew what it means, but it got to a point where it got a stronger word.
Purpose.
And that word is purpose. And it started, I think that word started by thinking.
It started that day.
And then it went bigger than just sport, the pickleball itself.
Yes.
So purpose. I want to know your mind, what you think about purpose.
What do I think about purpose? So believe it or not, same thing happened to me that day. It wasn't just about, that word wasn't just about thinking at all. We were practicing that day, yeah, for sure. But it opened my mind up, and not just the word purpose. Doing every single thing with purpose, not like the whole phrase, right? Not just purpose itself, because you said it actually. Your words were, think with a purpose, and not just think. And think is part of a game of pickleball, right? Think with a purpose was not just think. Because we were out. Before that day, literally, that was a breakthrough of my game in that sense. Before that day, I was just hitting the ball. I was just hitting it. And as soon as you said that shit clicked. I was changed by your words, believe it or not. In a sense where now I see things where I even ask myself on a daily basis,
what's the purpose?
Like on everything I'm doing. Not just playing, but even having a conversation with somebody. Like even right now, whenever I'm talking to somebody, my question goes through what's my purpose right now? What am I trying to do with this conversation? Is it like even when I get angry, right? Sometimes I get angry and just say that you go off on somebody, and I'm consciously there, and I just ask myself, well, hey, what's my purpose of being angry? So that word, believe it or not, bro, and I thank you for that. It changed a lot of my perspective. So I'm asking myself that question on a daily basis. Where what's my purpose? Why am I saying this words? Why am I fighting? Or why am I sad? Or whatever the case it is. Because I want to really find out. Like if I'm angry and I'm fighting, and I ask myself, what's my purpose? There's a good chance my purpose is not to fight. Yeah. There's a totally good chance that my purpose is to solve something, right? So I've seen myself talking to somebody, and I'll tell you, I've seen myself talking to my wife where I'm, like angry or mad, and then I ask myself, just step back, what's my purpose? All right, my purpose is to solve this, And now the whole conversation switched.
Yeah.
In a matter of seconds. So I'm like, yo, no, okay, I got it. This is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So that's the answer to that. And I'm grateful and thank you for you. To be honest.
And no, both of us. Nah, yeah, I'm like you too. It was just a word for me, but now I see it more than, okay, I mean, I used to see it as, okay, what am I getting out of, or what's the really meaningful thing behind what I'm doing? But then now is like, okay, what's actually really like the purpose of and that started with the lady that with that she think with the purpose. That's where I got it from, because her thinking strategy is absolutely really nice. But then I'm like, okay, and that goes more than just the sport itself, where what's really out here, the purpose, you know. So it's like I wanted to ask you that a long time ago.
Yeah.
But now that I got
stand on that purpose word, right? What do you think your purpose is in
life?
Schema, in life? And for people who don't know how to find a purpose, what's one or two things would you tell them?
I'll take one at a time. What's my purpose?
Yeah.
I think there's something bigger than me in my purpose. And I mean, that is not me saying I want to be a millionaire, I want to do this. I think what I've gone through emotionally and mentally, honestly, I feel like I should be able to teach that. Not teach it, but at least empower other people to not go through what I consider suffering, right? And if there was any purpose, I believe that's one of them, right? At least one. I don't think that's the only one, but that's the one that actually, feels like gets out of this conversation too. If there was any, what was the thing?
Anybody that's out there that's looking for their purpose, what's a way that you think
get closer to a stronger force? I'll be honest. Get closer to God. Whatever you believe. I don't have to. I'm not here to talk religion or in any shape or form or what you believe is. I truly, whatever you believe is right. But get closer to that. I'll tell you that. Get closer to that. I think it will help you bring that purpose out. Because now you're definitely walking not by yourself. When you're going just out of willpower, it's just going to drain your ass. It's going to drain it. That's what I believe. When you walk in with somebody, you're never alone, bro. What about you guys?
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to know a second one for you. How can somebody? I think I'm answering the second one for myself. How can somebody else find their purpose?
Yeah.
If how can they find their purpose if they don't know? I think that the answer to that is now. Is you have to, whatever your purpose is and you don't know what to do or how to find it, is you have to take action now. And in that case, don't wait for opportunities or don't wait for anything, but just strike it now. And one thing is don't wait for Monday to start. Don't wait for Monday to do something that you really want to do. If you really want to find your purpose, do it now and then figure it out what really works and what really doesn't.
Yeah. To be honest, I think finding your purpose is trial and error. Like, and going out and looking for more experiences, get yourself out your comfort zone, because there's a lot of things you might be good at you don't know because you've never went out and tried. You might be good at pickleball, but you never went and like really give it a couple of days, and maybe you enjoy it, you like it. Maybe your purpose is to learn about pickleball and teach other people, you know what I mean? And maybe your purpose is just feed the homeless. I don't know. Like, you know, you gotta go out. You gotta experiment.
You think everybody has a purpose?
Do I think everybody have a purpose? Yes and no. I think that, I know that's probably gonna sound crazy. A lot of people that are among us are CPUs, or bots. You know, they are like. I don't think most people are. I don't want to say not human, but they don't. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to explain it. So,
yeah.
So if we live in a simulation, I feel like certain people are just there. You never play GTA, and
they're Walking Dead.
Yeah, they're like zombies. To be honest, they're just there to make the numbers. You know what I mean? But at the same times, you can talk to somebody and they can guide you to your purpose. Maybe that was the purpose. Maybe their purpose was to guide you towards your purpose.
Okay.
You think everybody has a purpose?
I honestly do. I think everybody has a purpose. I just don't think everybody taps into that purpose. I think everybody has an inner thing in them that just not everybody gets to get out. That's what I do think. I don't think everybody goes inside of their inner fire, because I just feel like you have it. I feel like there's something in you that really burns. And you feel like you want to fucking
push through, like
explode, and go crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody has that inner fire in them. It's just I don't think everybody has a desire to accomplish
like that
or
word.
to go through.
Desire.
Yeah.
Desire to
Yeah.
tap
really
in.
find it.
Yeah.
Really
Tap in
lock
and find it.
What do you think?
Does everybody have a purpose? I do not think everybody has a purpose.
You don't?
No,
Why?
I don't. Or maybe they do, but like you say, it's not desire. They don't have the desire. But I don't really think everybody has a purpose. I think, or their purpose might be just to be the purpose of
That's the purpose.
of being that purpose.
That's the purpose.
But
Just to show that there's no purpose.
that's for sure. Yeah, but that's a purpose. Yeah. Hey.
So
I mean, everything is there's two sides of a coin, you know.
yeah.
I mean, there's some people might just be here to just be here, you know. Some people might be here to really make a change. That's why there's a lot of. I put these people in the back because they had, no matter what you want to say about them, they had their impact in history. You know, their purpose was probably to just do what they do, good, bad, evil, or whatever. His purpose was to enlighten like black people and become an activist about.
I'll tell you, good or bad, they all achieved their purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good or bad, they
Believe it
all
or not.
achieved. Yeah, man, and they did it with no fear, or even if they had fear, there was a stronger power, you know.
I think there's always fear.
Yeah,
I think that's another question too, if I may. I think we're always gonna have that feeling of being nervous.
yeah,
It's just a matter of how do we deal with that?
reactor, yeah.
Yeah.
Emotions. Yeah.
Emotions. Emotions. Let's go back to emotions.
to
How do we
emotions.
deal with those emotions? How do we deal with that communication of I'm scared? Like, I'll tell you today. I felt today and yesterday, I felt the same way I felt in the cold plunge the first day I was there for 40 seconds. Before. My mind went through the same questions of I'm scared. What could I do? What could happen? But how do I deal with that emotions was totally different.
Yeah,
But it was the same thing.
It was
same
It was
scenario.
the same, but now I'm ready. I can do it. I know I can do it. Now my mind went through a whole different loop of questions, if we can say.
I think it started because you took a chance. Now you kind of know a little bit how it feels.
It relates to what you just said.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance.
Yeah, try.
See what's up.
Yeah,
Try.
so
Trial
see.
and error.
I don't know. We've been kicking it, man. We've been kicking
it
game.
was-
What's we can do final thoughts, right? You don't have any more topics that you like to get into?
I think we touch a lot of them, to be honest.
All right. Any?
I don't got no topics. No, not right now.
You know what? I think I have one.
You got more?
I think I have one more, and then
So Omar,
What's up?
the first day of that cold plunge, the first time you went in, you told me that it was harder than what you actually thought it was gonna be.
Yep.
What were your thoughts before going in there?
What were my thoughts before?
Like you said,
going in?
it was harder than what you actually thought it was gonna be.
In my mind, I thought it was gonna be cold, but I didn't think it was gonna be painful.
Painful.
Never thought. That never crossed my mind. But when you go in, to be honest, it is painful. You feel your fingers like, and when you go out, it's also painful, which is funny because I don't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
Not that I don't feel it, I just probably don't pay attention to it anymore. So to answer that question is definitely that's those were my thoughts.
You can do it, bro. I mean, that cold plunge. I think I'm gonna order that shit in Amazon. And like I was telling y'all, I'm gonna go to the
Fixed up. Yeah.
Yeah, just
what's okay. My last question is for both of you guys, right?
Okay.
If you had the power to change anything about the world we're living in right now, what would you change and why would you change it?
Well, you go first. Now
if you have the power
to change anything about.
This might be the dumbest answer.
There's nothing dumb, bro.
Yeah.
But I think I think one thing I would definitely change for sure is the education system of the world, to be honest, not the United States itself. I think people should learn more about what really, really matters instead what Pythagorean theorem is or what 2 + 2 + 2 = C + D equals gonna be. Nah, I think people should learn how to really change tires, teach them how to do it, teach them how to deal with numbers financially, how to fill up a tax form, simple things like that. I think the education system should do that. If you had the power to actually change it, I would definitely change it.
If there was anything I would change, and this change is based on me on assumption, right? On assumption.
Yeah,
that,
you have the power to change it.
If I have the power to change anything, and again, it's based on assumption that a lot of people go through it, will be somehow to have people just be. It's gonna be interesting what I'm gonna say. Be born, or raised, or taught really small how to handle emotions, how to handle their mind. Because I think if you're able to handle that inner you at an early age, I think everything else comes along. Because then you're going to feel that you can do anything. You can know how to fix tires. You can do, like, people are going to be motivated. And people feel like I'm going to have a purpose. And I'm trying to relate all of this to this final question. And I feel like people are gonna feel empowered to meet that purpose in their life. So if there was anything to change, I would definitely
change.
So yeah, change that. Yeah.
Pretty good.
What do you think? Finish it up.
If I have the power to change anything, I mean, you kind of already talked about it, but I would change people's mentality. I would probably change. I would probably try to. How do I say this shit, man?
Be you, bro.
You know, the one thing I would change how people view money. I would change how people view money. I would that's the number one thing. I would change how people view money and how they that's one thing. Money. I would change money. Cuz money is follow the money, you're going to see all types of evil shit going on. Yeah, I'll change the money. That's basically it. Any last motivational statements you want to give out to the people?
Oh, yeah. Wake up at 5 a.m. Because you know what happens when people wake up at 5 a.m.?
What?
Le da un tremendo sueño a las 12 de la tarde. You're going to have a severe fucking tiredness at 12 p.m. at night. Nah, hey, stay healthy, stay positive.
Yeah.
Have a healthy mind, like I always say. Be true to yourself. And hey,
be you, bro.
Be you, yeah.
Be
Be
you.
yourself.
Be you. That's it.
So that was it.
Be you, bro. Don't let anybody fucking take anything from you.
Yeah.
Be you.
Have honor. Always lead with your moral and have respect for yourself. That's basically what I'll say. Other than that, hey, man.